feedback that came today that just drove the markets straight down in the ground. Did you see that today?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Because people, for example, the white trains, we get 74% of our food from somewhere else. Do you know that?
That's a lot.
The USA gets 74% of its food from other places. That means we can't feed ourselves.
That's not good.
Coffee is even worse. But the USA doesn't manufacture enough. That's why.
Yeah, I know. What do they need?
Tariffs came in, even coffee shops.
So start making your own.
Their prices.
Start making your own. That's all.
We don't produce enough coffee.
177, 177.2, 176.2. Which is it? Which way to go, George? Which way to go, Scaly? Let that away.
Ridiculous. I'm Lauren Roxborough, and I'm super excited to share with you this incredible.
It was hiked up, 75%?
Yep. So then you make your own.
But here's what a lot of people don't know.
You make your own rice then.
About 5 or 6 days ago, there were some executive orders.
So you make your own rice. That's all.
Trump, he.
What do they need?
Took a long list of foods, and he terminated the tariffs on them.
Yep.
Okay. So with the tariffs terminated, grocery prices are going to start to fall, especially with beef and coffee and steel and certain things like that. Because he heard the people, right? So he did this. This is going to cause grocery prices to go back to where they were, even lower. But it's not going to happen overnight. So they should be calling for people to just have a little patience.
Well, grocery prices.
It's already starting to take effect. But beef, you're dealing with cows.
So what do they need?
It doesn't happen overnight. It's not a light switch.
What do they need?
But it is in motion. Also, he did quite a few other things to jumpstart or help lower prices in America.
You didn't say
but one of the leading drivers
you didn't say good enough.
Of this, people who are paying more money.
You didn't say good enough.
Oh, it's terrible.
Water bills are up big time because they added money to the water bills. Light bills have gone up, 3-4 times.
Yep.
Gas bills have been fluctuating. They've still been going up. So you have all these different utilities that are killing people.
Yep.
It's not the normal things that's stealing people's money. You have utilities that are doing it.
And you got to keep the power on. You can't turn the heat off. And that is killing you. Those prices, the utility bills are off the charts.
That's right. So, but you know what, President Trump, he can do something about that. President Trump, you can reverse that. He can alleviate that torture upon all people. Right? He has to go through power and industry. They'll go along with it, ruled by Congress, but he can do something about that and save the average family at least 20 to 30% of what they've been putting out every single month. That would be a big win.
That would be a huge
That would help out everybody. It's in the utilities. That's where the problem is.
Right. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. Yep.
All right,
what are you mumbling about?
That is tomorrow, and it will be very interesting. How Trump handles that and how Mandani handles it.
Pineapple grape soda.
Hopefully, very positive. So I think they're going to show him some things that he doesn't know.
Yeah.
And when he sees these things, he's going to say, okay, I didn't know that.
He will.
So
it'll come out that way.
Now, what about? Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say. President Trump and Mandami, they actually may seem to cooperate in a few areas, right? Now, Trump has to, no matter what he decides, he has to uphold the presidential appearance for his own constituents, right? So exactly. He's going to have there's going to be some lit behind it, but he will work with him. The problem is going to be that the socialist plan going forward, right? Is just he's only bolstered by a delay in the economy coming up right now in certain areas. The economy as a whole has come up, but it's not come up for the individual yet.
Right.
And so that's going to bolster this socialistic view, right, which will spread. It's going to spread, but that's where we are. I think they will come out with some things, but either way, the Middle East is coming to America.
Let's talk about that. Mohammed bin Salman sitting in the White House the day after the UN vote. Trump's 20-point peace plan, it passed. and is moving forward. Whether it's going to be a good thing or not, well, that's down the road. I'm sure that you put 9 Arab nations in Gaza with armies, it's not good. But we'll deal with that later. Let me ask you this. Mohammed bin Salman is going to throw $1 trillion into the U.S. economy. What does this all mean now? They're coming. The Middle East is coming to America.
Yeah, they are. And, well, just by this meeting, meeting alone yesterday, it really inspired the Muslim communities across the USA.
Wow.
Right? That's a clear indication to go forward with what they're doing. So now you're going to see Muslim territories begin to increase. Right? You're going to see it. You're going to see the influence of that religion begin to grow again. See, at one point, Pastor, it was growing like it was like a plague. I mean, it was growing fast.
Right.
Because the problem was, it was the same complaint from a lot of people who converted. And when you see a person that looks like he used to be a moonshiner, right, from Tennessee, convert to Islam, something is wrong. Right?
No, there's something.
Something has gone wrong. That's not right. That's just not right. But it, the things like that are happening because, and they did happen because the church was publicly angry at each other.
Yeah, and that opened the door.
Yep, people saw the dysfunction and the hatred that certain, churches may have had towards the other. Some of the other stuff involved. They saw it. They capitalized on it. They used it as a weapon, and it worked. They're going to do the same thing again. I mean, they're going to do it again. So I guess this is why some of the arguments that still exist within the church, right? They destroy the church. Every argument among the body of believers is destructive beyond belief. And the Father's not pleased with that.
No.
Neither with the people that engage in that. But the Christians, they don't realize how destructive that is. Because a lot of people have gotten into the habit of being right.
Yeah.
I'm never right. The Lord is right. I don't need to be right.
That's
I need to follow Him, right?
There you go.
But a lot of people have gotten into the habit of being right, to be recognized as standing. And they're starting to burn out a little bit, but it was enough to bolster the Islamic communities. Now that we have a dysfunctional government, right? And you see the Middle East making an impression upon the Western world. That's just going to increase the numbers of the Islamic conversions happening all over the place.
Yeah, and
you're going to see it.
And I think, and folks, during the December 5th webinar, Mike and I interviewed Mike yesterday about this thing. He breaks this down. This is one of the things he breaks down in a big way, and it's so important that we, as the body of Christ, we can't be fractured. We can't fight each other and pull away from each other, because the enemy is united. That's what's crazy, but the enemy is united, and
sure is.
We have got to get people to understand that, Mike. And so you definitely don't want to miss what Mike's predictions and things he sees coming in 2026. That's for sure. You don't want to miss that. Mike, let me ask you also, we're dealing still with this Atlas. It's out there. Everybody's saying it's not acting like a comet, but we don't know what it is. I don't think it's an alien mothership, but I do remember you saying a long time ago that, what are you going to do one day when a mothership shows up, or at least appears to be one? Or maybe, what does that mean? Mike, is that coming soon?
Yeah, we'll see that. You know what? I say that, Pastor Paul, because people are not polarized anymore. But when something does not move the populace, they go to something else. Right?
Yep.
And remember, all of this is spiritually backed. Now, we know in the Bible that at some point, we're going to see the manifestation of quite a few things. Now, whether that be and some spiritual thing, metaphorical thing, whatever the case is.
There are no aliens.
There is a
There can't be no
physical
mothership.
effect described in prophecy that will take place with mankind. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to have a heart attack if they say a large rock is coming to hit right smack dab in the middle of a nation. I'm not going to have a heart attack over that.
No.
I'm not going to have a heart attack over a 2 million mile wide wall of rocks headed towards the solar system. Right? I'm not going to have a heart attack over that.
No.
But if somebody were to say that CERN and some other places and quantum computing have tapped into a dimension, and now they can't shut the door, right? And people start going crazy. The heavens change, the sky changes. Okay, that's a different story. So people are going to have to see something they have not entertained, right? It's never what people are thinking about. It's always what they never thought about that comes. For example, when something parts itself between the earth and everything else, okay, that's going to be very different, right? when the sky is no longer like it is, right? Even before the sixth seal, the heavens are going to change. They're not going to stay the way they are now. When constellations instantly move, who can explain that?
No, I can't.
Right?
I can't.
And so there are going to be some problems. If somebody were to look up and see the two constellations overlapping, okay, there's no scientific explanation for that. People are going to say, what is happening here?
Are they going to think that's the end of time? Or what is going to be their understanding of that?
When people perceive these largely controlled things to be out of control, they'll always think that's the end. They'll always think that, right? There's one more thing that will really get people, give a person a heart attack. If a war started and people actually began to use nuclear weapons, that will be it too. That would be it too.
The first time somebody uses, even if it's a smaller tactical nuke, we call it, even if it's not as strong as Hiroshima, just the fact that somebody did it, and now the genie's out of the bottle, people are going to have heart attacks over that.
Now, I personally believe, this is my personal belief, that the entire northern hemisphere is going to be poisoned with radiation and chemical weapons at some point.
That would be us.
The entire northern hemisphere. Yeah. I do believe that.
Well, and who's going to do that? Or is it going to be a combination of?
It's going to be a combination of
that's
things.
who.
It's going to be a combination.
Russia, United States, maybe China.
The invaders.
Behind closed doors, behind the scenes. Pascal, there have been several times
and then just take a minute here and feel that energy really going through your body. Feel how open you are.
Here it comes.
Flow going, so you're ready for your day or you're ready to go to sleep. Either way.
And she giggles and she laughs because she knows exactly what she means. Sleep. To the wink. Are you ready?
It's not easy to talk.
Are you ready? Shock treatment coming up tonight. No Man Cave Karaoke night. If we the people be strong enough to handle the truth, the hardcore truth, nothing but the truth will help you guys.
And this may very well be the first usage of a tactical nuclear warhead.
Because you're strong like that. But as you can see on Fascist book, lost another so-called friend because they can't handle the truth. They're not strong like this. They're weak. Fucking weak is what they are. Just like the followers on Instagram that drop off and the followers on Facebook that drop off. Who drop off? And the fucking subscribers that unsubscribe. All you just a waste. You're weak. That's why you're unfriending. That's why you're unfollowing and unsubscribing. The ones that do. Because you can't handle this. You can't. All right? You're retarded too. You become a friend of mine and then you unfriend yourself. For what reason? What reason could there be? Karaoke, yoga, me doing heavy moves, me telling you the truth of what's going on in this damn world? Huh? Is that why? Well, if you unfriend, unfollow, unsubscribe for that, that means you're weak. You never were a so-called friend to begin with. You're fake. Phony. I don't want phony, weak-ass, lame-ass sheeple on my list anyway. So go drop off. So what is it going to do? It's going to say $12.96 now? Huh? I know how it goes. Act like you ain't watching, but you are. Right now, oh, my toes got stepped on. Unfriend you. How old are you? What grade are you in? This unfriend shit, unfollow. It's ridiculous. For the truth, the sheeple. They, the sheeple, will never be fecking, nor forking, nor facking, nor fooking ready for the truth. Retarded. They're the weak link, waste of flesh. For the truth, the sheeple are never ready because they're wearies.